Awesome Rider Review.
Hey YouTube, Awesome Rider here with a weird angle, with a review of the Shogun Battillized Ranger from Power Rangers Samurai. We're going to take a quick look at the packaging before we open this up. So up here we got the Samurai logo, obviously. Here is the Mega version of the Red Samurai Ranger. It's just like the other one, but with some differences. I'll go over that. Anyway, that's that figure, and then there's the armor it comes with. And then on here at the bottom is this like a promotional shot of the suit with the Battilizer, which gives more credibility to it being in the show. So it looks pretty nice, as you can see here. I like the look of it personally. Now this may just be me. I just want to point this out. But if you look behind here, behind this Shogun face at this belt buckle type area, it looks like the shape of the black box from the most recent episode that aired as of this recording. The black box was supposed to be for the Super Shinkenders with the bathrobes, but this looks to me to potentially be the black box, which could potentially lead to this Battilizer. So anyway, I just wanted to point that out. Anyway, down here it says Shogun Battillized Ranger, and then Fire and such, and it says Morphin Shogun Ranger, yay! And then collectible card included, which is right here, and I'll show it again. Nothing on the sides really, then except a continuation of the picture. On the back here we have this cool shot of the 5 Rangers and the logo, and then it shows the Ranger figure you get, the armor, and then the final result. And that is it. It's only on Nickelodeon. And Nicktoons. I know, that's the same thing. I'm just kidding. So I'm going to go ahead and bust this guy out, and then we'll get on with the rest of the review. So we have everything out of the package. So I'll just quickly cover this little card thing. It's kind of like a bookmark shape, so I guess you could use it as a bookmark. As you can see, here's regular Mega Mode, and then Shogun. Regular Shogun! Shogun, 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 Shogun. So that's what it does. And there's a logo down here. And it makes cool scratchy noises. Okay, and then it has a little blurb on the back. It says Mega Ranger Fire. Red Ranger is the leader of the Rangers. His element is fire, and his Zord is the lion. In Mega Mode, his lion enrages to protect the Earth from Mega monsters. And he has a Shiba family. And Decker wants to challenge him with his penis Urumasa. So then it says Red Ranger is the leader of the Samurai Rangers when in Super Samurai Mode. Hey, that's already been done! He's able to call upon the powers of his ancestors to morph into the Shogun Ranger. It's already been done. It's Camp Super Samurai Mode. Don't try to steal that. Anyway, so here's the Mega Ranger figure, which I'll cover first. It's pretty much the exact same thing as the original release. Except he did one major thing is he doesn't have sounds. You can see like there's speakers here, but no sounds. I can't really speak to any of the other details on from here on out. It seems a little darker to me, but that could be me. But other than that, he has the gold trim around his helmet here, and the other one has regular trim. So that's the only difference that I know since I don't own the other figure. But yeah, so that's it. So, but otherwise, this is a pretty awesome figure, even without the armor. Like, if I ever find the other one on super clearance or something, that'd be kind of cool to pick up. His head sculpt's well done. It's really accurate to the show, and like I said, the gold trim here, and the other one's regular. Then you got the mouthpiece here, and it looks all nice. His armor here is removable. I think, yeah, it is on the other one. I'll talk about that in a minute, but it looks nice. You got nice details for like what the suit would look like around here, like so. And here's his belt. It's all painted nicely gold. Black legs, red boots. So some nice details. There's his Shiba family crest. Let me take this out just for a second. I'll talk about it in a minute. Articulation-wise, this guy also is pretty well articulated. Let me just kind of move back a little bit. He's got a nice ball joint in here for movement and swiveling and such. And then he's got a double joint right here. It almost seems like it's a single joint that sort of acts as a double joint. But no, it's double. Anyway, so swiveling at the hand. No waist articulation. His head can move around 360. There's no ball joints. It doesn't move up and down other than the slight movement from the jostling of it. 360 ball joint here for swiveling. He's got a really stiff double knee joint here. It's good as it's stiff, I guess, though. And it kind of snaps back into place down here. Swiveling at the foot. It's kind of on a ball joint, but it only moves in certain directions. So yeah, but nice articulation. Overall, it's like it's a nice figure. And I'm glad that they did it, or made these figures, because it's sort of like the old style MMPR figures, but better. And I wouldn't mind seeing a whole team of these. I might even pick them up, because I kind of like the Mega Suits now. Let me get him to stand over here. Here's the Mega Blade. It's really nicely sculpted, surprisingly. Very show accurate and toy accurate and such, and Very well done. And when it's in his hand, it looks pretty cool, as you can see, like draped over in a pose. But you can also, where is it? Peg this in on the side for him to hold, and it looks outrageously large like this. That looks wrong. But yeah, I think it just looks better in his hand. I'm going to set it aside because it's kind of a pain for transformation. So let's see if we can do this without any accidents. Probably not, though. So here's all the armor. We'll start from the feet, I guess. So this figure I bought, obviously, as you saw, when it comes with the armor. Apparently, it's rumored, or it was said at the licensing show, that there was going to be a separate pack that just had the armor in it to attach to your original Mega Ranger. I don't know if that'll happen. But so anyway, here are these feet pieces here. They got these kind of like little ball things here that will fit perfectly into his feet back here. So you just snap them right in. But so yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that. It'd be nice for the people that already bought it. I don't think I'll pick up the other one unless it's on super clearance or they decide to do other Rangers. Personally, I'd love to see a Gold Ranger version of this. I love his Mega Mode. Alright, so here's the kneecaps. You got like a peg here and then a hole right down here. And you just slide it right on. Oh, not aiming. There we go. So here we go. Now these are on. So waist armor now. Let me lift his hands up a little bit to make this easier. So let me lift the camera up slightly too. So all you do really is just loop these around each other. There we go. This might fall off at some point. You never know, honestly, with these. So I might have to put it back on, but then you just line up the pegs and holes. You'll see how it all comes together. Now for his armor here, what you're going to want to do is actually take this front piece off, just the front piece, and I'll just toss it aside over here. And now take this new armor piece and clasp it in and line it up, and it stays okay well. It's kind of like the old style flippable figures where it's hit and miss depending on what you're doing. And now this being a total jerk and not lining up for me. Come on. Don't be like that. Don't do me like that, bro. Why is it doing this to me? It won't line up. Oh, it's not lining up on the bottom. There we go. That's what was happening there. It wasn't lining up on the bottom. Okay. So that's fairly secure. That means in 5 seconds it'll fall over. Like now, don't you embarrass me, sir. Okay. So now we have the shoulder pads here. They have this kind of like square thing, and you'll see these kind of indents, which line up in here. Put it in, press kind of hard and hold the armor together so that these stay on. They have a tendency to fall off too if you don't get them in quite right, and sometimes if you do get it right. There we go. This is fairly seamless. Now these little pieces here, there's a hole here that corresponds to the peg on the side of his wrist, or it's on his arm. And just go on right here. Put the camera down a bit. Okay. And come on. No. It's wrong. Am I doing this wrong? No, I'm not. Just the shoulder pad armor was getting in the way. Okay. Same thing on the other side. Even if you can't see as well on frame. It's really pretty self-explanatory and easy. Alright, so now the last step here is to take this golden piece, it's so golden, and then you just kind of line this shape up with the top of his visor and slide it in, and it stays in there nice and tight. That's what she said. Now I'm going to put the sword in his hand because I think it looks better, and it gives a more samurai feel. If I can do this without hurting anyone, such as the figure. Because I just know I'm going to be like, oh, I'm just going to put this in his hand, and then everything's going to fall over. And I'll get him into a kind of, sort of pose for looking at him and final verdicts. Turn his head, maybe drape his back. That's good enough. So move him back, and now we will take a look at him. He is pretty awesome. I love this armor. I think it looks pretty freaking sweet. Like, I definitely hope that they use this in the show. It just looks so like Shogun-like and so samurai-like, and I just think it looks awesome. Articulation obviously stays the same. There's some hindrances such as the shoulder pads, and these can like conflict with this joint here and pop off, and then this can be fairly loose. It stays together fairly well to the point that if he's on display, that like if you hit a table or cough or something, he's not gonna go like poof. But if you're playing around with him, he has a tendency to separate at the waist or at the chest pieces, which is normal for these style of PR figures. But anyway, I really love this figure. Like I said, I hope this appears in the show. The stock footage and some other hints we've gotten indicates it will. But I just really hope it appears in the show. It looks great. It fits the overall, just give it a kind of a pan look. Overall, like, Shogun samurai feel. And it'd be a lot cooler to get than the, this bathrobes. And it looks like a lot like samurai from back here. He doesn't even look like a ranger if you look from the back. But so really cool. If you like samurai or you like this design, I highly recommend it. I believe it was the same price as the regular one, and the only thing you don't get is the sounds. So definitely pick up the one with the armor. It looks cool. Highly recommended. One of the best toys out of the samurai line. Probably in the top two. Well, it is in the top two between this and the Mega Blade. Two of the best things in the entire samurai line. So anyway, until next time, make sure to check out Riders, Rangers, Rambles for token news in the craziest way possible. And, you know, Riders, Rangers, and Rambles.com. Sorry, I forgot that. And, of course, check out the Crazy Podcast while you're there and discuss Power Rangers, Samurai, and anything else geek over at the Ram board. So I've talked enough. Until next time, it's Dawson Riders signing out.